All right, so get that. We're going deep today, a deep dive into sentence structure, the kind of stuff that makes your writing powerful. And, well, we got some secrets from the pros, so listen closely. Might learn something you know.
It really is incredible how, like, one simple rule can totally transform your writing.
Oh, okay, lay it on me.
It's all about the subject and the verb. Every sentence needs them.
Subject and verb. That sounds, well, a little basic.
I know, right? But there's more to it. Think of them like the foundation of your sentence. They tell you who and what, the essential stuff.
So without them, the writing just falls apart.
Exactly. You can't build a house without a good foundation.
Good point.
Nope.
Okay, so bad foundation, bad writing. Got it. But people make these mistakes all the time, don't they?
Oh, absolutely. All the time. Like, take the sentence. Imposing higher taxes on fast food, it is a good idea. What's wrong with that?
Ooh, yeah. Okay, that's clunky. It's like too much going on. Too many words. Imposing higher taxes on fast food is a good idea. There, got it. No more it.
Nailed it. Sometimes it's the other way around, too. You get a verb just hanging out there with no clear subject, like affects individuals' lives directly. Who's doing the affecting here? It's a mystery.
A ghost verb.
Yeah.
Spooky. So these little mistakes, they really do mess things up, huh? Especially like on important stuff like exams.
Big time. You want your writing to be crystal clear when it matters. Especially like if you're trying to convince your boss of something, you don't want to confuse them with bad sentences.
Definitely not. Okay, you've convinced me. Subject and verb are important. But I feel like there's more to it, right? More to this dynamic duo.
Oh, yeah. There's a whole other level. Subjects and verbs, they can be more than just single words. We can use whole phrases, and that's how things get really interesting.
Ooh, okay, now you're talking. Give me an example. Come on.
All right, how about this? Everybody agreed. Pretty simple, right?
Yeah, straightforward.
Now let's expand that subject, everybody, into a phrase. Everybody who was at the meeting agreed.
I see. More detail, but same structure. Still one subject, one verb.
Precisely. And we can do the same thing with the verb. Let's try, everybody who was at the meeting agreed to change the office dress code. Even more info, but the structure's the same.
Okay, now this is cool. It's like building with Legos. You can add more and more, but the connection, the subject-verb thing, stays strong.
And, it's not just about making the sentences longer. It's about, like, controlling the rhythm.
Yeah.
You can have short sentences, punchy ones, or these nice, long, flowing ones. All depends on what you're going for.
That's a great point. It's like you've got all these different instruments and you get to decide, arrange them how you like.
Exactly. But hey, what about those sentences where the subject isn't a noun? Those it in there sentences?
Those empty subjects, I think they call them. Always seem kind of mysterious to me. Like they're just filling space.
Well, they do have a job, They're like those utility players in baseball. They can do a bit of everything.
Okay, like, it's raining cats and dogs.
That's one. Or there's a reason for everything.
Okay, yeah. They're holding that subject spot. But how do you know which one to use, it or there?
Well, it is usually for times and distances, weather situations, Like it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Or it's a long way to Tipperary.
Here you go, setting the scene.
Okay, got it. So what about there? When does that one come in?
There is more about like something existing, introducing something new. There are more stars in the universe than grains of sand on all the beaches on Earth. How about that?
Wow, that's a lot of stars. Okay, so there is like the announcer, presenting the new thing.
Yeah, exactly. And even those little words can be powerful. Think about it. There is hope. Short, but strong,
Yeah, I get it. It's more than just the grammar. It's about the impact. Okay, so we've got subjects and verbs. Sometimes they're phrases. Sometimes they're these little it and their words. What else?
Well, let's not forget about questions. Those can shake things up a bit, especially with the verb to be.
Oh, yeah. Questions like to dance around a bit with the word order, like are you ready instead of you are ready.
Exactly. And it works with the empty subjects, too. So you might say, were there any objections instead of there were no objections. Changes the whole feel, doesn't it?
It does. So you got to pay attention to word order and questions. Make sure everything's clear. Now, all this talk about word order makes me think about those helping verbs, the auxiliary verbs.
Yeah, yes, those helpful little verbs.
Mm-hmm.
They team up with the main verbs to give us all those fun tenses and moods like have, do, will, can, and all their friends.
Right. Those are important.
Yeah.
But they can be confusing, too. Where do they go exactly?
The main thing is they always need a main verb, buddy. They can't be alone, like Batman and Robin.
So you have eaten, will dance, can sing, good teams.
Yeah.
But hold on, doesn't the auxiliary verb sometimes come before the subject?
You got it. Mostly in questions. Like, can you hear me now? Will you still love me tomorrow? Classic questions.
So they like to mix things up a little bit, keep us on our toes.
That's right. It's all about knowing the rules so you can have fun with them, you know? Like jazz, there's structure, but there's freedom too.
I like that jazz grammar.
And at the end of the day, it all goes back to that main idea. Every sentence, a subject and a verb.
Yeah, it's like I've got this new way of looking at sentences now. You know, like a code I can crack.
It really does change things.
Yeah.
And, it's not just about grammar. It's about thinking more clearly, too.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, when you're focused on that subject and verb, you're really thinking about what you're saying, who's doing what.
Like mental exercise for your writing muscles.
Exactly. The stronger those muscles get, the better you can express yourself no matter what you're writing.
So it's about more than just, getting the grammar right. It's about connecting with your reader, making an impact.
That's the goal, right? And that's what makes mastering sentence structure so powerful.
Well said. So as we wrap up our deep dive here, I want to leave our listeners with a little challenge.
Oh, yeah.
Think about how this one simple rule, the subject-verb thing, can change your writing, starting right now.
Yeah. Pay attention to your sentences. Are those subjects and verbs clear? Are they working together? Even small changes can make a big difference.
And practice, practice, practice. The more you do it, the easier it gets.
You'll be writing clear, concise, engaging sentences before you know it.
And who doesn't want that?
So go out there and write with confidence. Have fun with it. Let that writing shine.
That's all the time we have for today. So until next time, happy writing, everyone.